okay, it happened. It will not happen anymore. It's over. You have to accept those things. If you'll be drinking a lot of beers and trying to forget, you will never repair it. You have to live, you have to move your ass, you have to do it. If you want to be the best freestyler, you have to do it. Your dad would like if he was it, he would like to see you winning the competition again. So you have to move your ass, you have to do it.
Yo, what's up guys? I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has pre-ordered the Standout Long Sleeve, which I am wearing right now. Just want to let you guys know that we need to reach 40 pre-orders by the end of the month in order to fulfill the production. So if you want to rock some dope clothing and help us spread the message and support this channel and everything that we're doing, please make sure to head over to ballaware.com and grab one. There will be a link in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support thus far. I hope you guys have been getting enormous amounts of value from the podcast. And yeah, let's keep killing it. Much love, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the third edition of the Standouts podcast. Today we have a super special guest, one of my favorite freestylers and just an awesome guy. He is two-time world champion, double European champion, and also Polish champion. He is arguably one of the biggest legends in our sport of freestyle football. I'm sure you guys already know who it is. I have the pleasure to introduce Szymon Skalski. Szymo, how are you, bro?
Hi bro, awesome. Thanks a lot. It's such an honor to be here with you.
Bro, it is a pleasure to have you on this podcast, and I know a lot of people are very excited to hear your thoughts about mindset and training and all of this stuff. So let's just jump straight in. The first question is kind of like a background thing. So you started freestyle 15 years ago, correct?
Yeah. It was 2005.
Wow, so 2005. So can you like walk us through your freestyle journey, how you got started, what your journey has been like, and just what freestyle means to you in general?
Yeah, sure. So it's been fantastic so far. It was like the best decision in my life to go into freestyle, like to go seriously and train every day. It was like my best friend Mushka, he showed the first videos with freestyle to me and my brother, and we were like, wow, this is insane, this is amazing, because I just saw Ronaldinho doing 2 around the worlds.
Yeah.
And those guys were able to do like 7 in a row, and I was like, this is insane, this is totally insane. So I had to repeat it, I had to try it. So I went out and I tried. I couldn't do the basic tricks, and I was very nervous and very mad about this. And I even started to cry because I couldn't make it. But after that, I decided to start freestyle together with my brother Skała and Mushka, my friend, and we created a team. After 1 year, we released our first video, and officially we were claimed like the best Polish team. We also shared our videos worldwide in the Beyond Football Forum and more forums. And we started to get famous. And we started to be recognized as one of the best freestylers back in time. And after 2 years, I won the very first Polish championships in freestyle. So this was also amazing achievement. Wow. Because I made a history. And since then, freestyle exploded to me. I was invited to first Red Bull competition in Vienna in 2008. So it's also an interesting fact. And yeah, I started to take it seriously and train a lot. My brother and my friends, they quit doing freestyle because they had some problems with health. But I said, I have to do it. And I'm still here. It's been 15 years. I'm still here, and it's been truly amazing.
Wow, bro. That's actually, you brought up your brother Scala, and actually a lot of people don't know that your brother is Scala, so they hear like Scala around the world all the time, but they don't know that's your brother. That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, he is my full brother from the same mother.
Wow,
Yes.
that
But
is
back in time, we were like family brothers now. At this time, because we were like at the at Polish champs, we were just competing each other. He was first, I was second, so it was also amazing.
wow. Yeah, it was the Szymo brothers back in the day. Fagerli brothers. Man, that's crazy. So yeah, so what has been like the significance of freestyle in your life, like from a spiritual perspective? Because I know obviously you take it very seriously athletically, but what does the whole like freestyle life mean to you in terms of like spiritually?
Beyond my family, it is the most important aspect in my life. It makes me more self-confident. It just made my character. It made myself. It is. I don't know how to describe it. Without freestyle, I would be completely different guy. Like
Mm.
probably maybe I would work somewhere in a factory or I don't know, but I would be definitely a different person. I would wear different clothes. I would talk differently. I would be completely different. So it made my character. It made myself, and I can't imagine life without freestyle. What person I would be. I totally can't imagine it.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, it's a very life-changing thing. It changes your perspective on a lot of things. I know it has changed my perspective on a lot of things. I mean, just meeting incredible people like you who all share one passion, and it's like it's almost an indescribable feeling. So like I get what you're saying completely. Um yeah, so maybe can you talk to us a little bit about like how you train and like, just basics, how many hours a day you train and, what you eat and all that?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so there is no strict rules about my trainings. Like sometimes I train more, sometimes I train less. It depends. But usually I try to practice about 3 hours per one day. I try to train also every day. And when I feel my body sore, I have to rest. Of course, it is also very important to rest. When you rest, then you see the progress. You see you improve when you rest, and when you come back and you feel your muscles are fresh, then you can see the results. But I'm not the guy who rests often. I like to practice a lot, um, because yeah, I'm a titan of work. I always been very stubborn, and when I make some tasks, I have to complete them. So
Yeah.
I like to train about 3 hours per one day. I also work out, so I try to work out early morning, and then when I rest, I eat. I take some supplements of diet. Then after my rest, I go and I practice with football.
That's great. That actually goes into the second question that I want to talk about, which is, you how do you balance football freestyle with fitness? Like, and what is the importance of doing both and having that in your life?
Yeah. Okay. So freestyle for me is my priority. It is also the way that I make my living of. So this is, of course, the first thing in my life. Um, and fitness is just an addition and my hobby. I always dream about having a aesthetic body. So I was chasing my dream, and I was just going to gym. I started to work out. I saw the results, and I try to keep it. So as I said, I try to make workout sessions early morning before freestyle. So the freestyle is also a good cardio. So you lose your fat.
For sure. Okay. And do you feel that since you started doing the fitness stuff that has helped you with freestyle, or has it been really difficult to do both at the same time?
I'm not sure if it helps to freestyle because I I try to. work out on my upper body usually, because back in time I used to work out on my lower parts, on legs, and my knees were very sore, and it was very painful to practice freestyle after that. I also practiced acrobatic stuff. I was able to do backflips like in 2007 or 8,
Yeah.
but I stopped because my knees were very sore. So I also tried to not work out on my legs. So I'm not sure if it helps, but mentally, maybe it helps a bit, because when I feel shredded, when I feel pumped, when I feel really motivated, and so yeah. So then I feel also like a beast in freestyle. When I go to freestyle training, I feel like, okay, you're a beast. You can do it. So mentally, maybe it helps a bit.
Okay, so it's not so much like it prepares you physically, but in your head, it like it gives you that discipline and it also gives you that confidence of like, I've worked out, I've trained, so you feel mentally more prepared and you know that you can get through more. That's interesting.
Yeah. Also when you work out, you try to keep your diet. You try to eat healthy. You have to take supplements of diet. So it is also very good to your body, and it also helps in freestyle.
Yeah, actually, that's something that I would like to talk about as well. If you're open to talking about it, it's not what we planned, but the diet, like, yeah, just talk to us about that because I know, this podcast is for athletes in general as well, not just for freestylers. So, what is the importance of diet for you? And was there a point at which, like, you started eating healthy and you saw, like, a certain amount of change in your body? Or is it just something that you've always done? You've always ate healthy?
No. I didn't used to eat healthy all the time, but when I take supplements of that, when I take whey protein, when I take creatine, you have to keep your diet, because when you don't, it doesn't help you at all. So it's no sense to take the supplements of that. So yeah, I try to keep it. I try to eat really good, a lot of fruits. I try to take creatine, BCAA after training. Do you want to know what I ate for breakfast?
Bro, yes, I'm sure like many people would love to know that. It's like, it's super helpful because, I mean, like, I remember you talked in one of the freestyle documentaries that like you don't think of yourself as one of the best freestylers, but believe me, bro, a lot of people think of you as like the best. So I'm sure they would want to know like exactly what you do.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
yeah, bro, like if you have details, please let us know.
No, I don't have the strict diet, really strict diet. I just try to. I feel it, I feel what my body needs to eat at the moment. I try to eat a lot of fruits. I try to eat a lot of whey protein, and not too much fat, because I like to have my body lean and shredded.
Ah, okay. So when you eat too much fat, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. It just makes you fatter. But
Yeah, I lost like 10 kilograms from June to August this year. I was
wow.
like 85 to 75 for the summer holidays, and I I felt really heavy. And when I lost it, I feel like like 1 year ago, like this is my standard weight. This is the best weight for me, 75. So I feel really good here. Really good.
Okay. That's interesting. So, you said you don't have a strict diet, but what is your diet like? Is it just an average diet or do you go gluten free? Do you still eat meat? Like do you eat animal products?
Yeah. Yeah, I eat meat. I like meat a lot. I can't eat with eating meat. I have to eat meat.
Okay,
But
for
I
sure.
don't eat too fat.
Sorry, say that again.
I don't eat too fat. I don't like
Mm.
to eat fat.
Okay. So could you take us through, like, I know you said you're not too strict, but maybe what a general breakfast, lunch, and dinner would be like for you?
Eggs for the breakfast. For lunch, it depends. It is usually it's meat. It is typical Polish food, like the chicken and rice and some vegetables usually. And in the dinner, it's some connection with eggs, with fruits. So this is like typical meals for me.
Typical diet. Okay. For sure, for sure. Um,
Sorry, bro, but my battery is very low. Can you give me a second?
yeah, yeah, that's no worries.
Okay? Yeah.
Good? Awesome. Okay, sick. Um, yeah, so I guess this kind of goes into the next question, which is obviously, as you said, you started freestyle in 2005 and you competed first at the World Championships in 2008. And for some of you guys who may not know, Szymo also competed this year in 2020 at the World Championships. So you're one of those freestylers, maybe along with just like maybe Andrew PWG, that have really like been able to stay at the top for so long. So why do you think that is? Like what have you been able to do to be able to stay at the top level for 12 years? That's crazy.
I'm not sure. I used to be a very positive guy and open-minded, so I don't think when you're getting older and older and you're older than 30 years old, you can't compete. It's just a decision. You compete or you don't compete. I do freestyle because I love it. I like to break my limits. I like to push myself. I like to check what my body is able to handle, what I can achieve as a human being in freestyle with the ball. I try to push my limits. So it's not about competing. I had some break from competition, some longer break, but I decided to why not? Why not to take part in the competition again? It is always cool to compete with people. If you like adrenaline, if you like to compete with people, if you like to check yourself, why not? So it was like a decision. I made the decision. Okay, so I take part in this competition. But generally, for 15 years, I treat freestyle as the main priorities in my life. As I said, I make my living with freestyle, so I train every day. I try to train every day. I try to have as many performances as possible, live performances. I try to earn money with freestyle. I try to sacrifice everything for freestyle because this is the most important. I want to make my future with freestyle. I want to inspire people. I want to share my knowledge with kids, with new generations. So I also want to compete. I want to have the best experience that I'm able to have with freestyle. So
Wow.
it is important to go with different areas like training, like competition, like workshops, like in each aspect of sport.
Wow, that's very interesting because last week, I think you saw we had Erland on the podcast, and
Yeah.
his mindset was very different. He's like, yeah, for me, freestyle is not everything. So, that's why he studies medicine and his brother studies engineering, I think it was.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so that's very interesting. That's a very different approach. It's like you have Erland, he's like, also an amazing freestyler, but he's like, yeah, freestyle is not everything. I do studies as well. And then you have Szymo, who is also an amazing freestyler, and he's like, yeah, freestyle is everything. So so you're really like the definition of freestyle life, I guess. Like you want to take your freestyle and branch into doing workshops, shows, and all of these different things. So what's your vision for like what you do with freestyle? Like you said, you want to inspire kids. Where do you see that going? Like, because I know Mikrit's created an academy. Are you thinking of doing things similar to that?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Maybe I will create academy in my place. I'm like maybe a bit popular in my place, my region, so I think it would be easy to have kids because they want to learn some skills.
For sure.
And yeah, maybe I have this in my mind, but maybe not for now. Maybe after 1 2 years. Now I want to focus to come back to competitions on stage because I felt this after the Red Bull Street Side. I felt like it was really cool, but I had not too much time to prepare to the competition as I would like to be ready. So I think for the next competition, I really want to prove myself and to the scene that I'm worth a bit more than I showed in this competition.
Ah, yeah. No, I.
But in the future, of course, the academy is really cool idea. Maybe some local brand for freestylers. We will see. We will see. I have some plans, but I don't want to talk loudly about this.
Ah, yeah. Work in silence. Let the success make the noise. There we go. Yeah, so let's see. So now we've kind of gotten like the more basic questions out of the way. So now let's dive deeper into more like mindset and everything. So this is kind of like a big question, but you've had so much success in freestyle, as we said, two-time world champion, double European champion, Polish champion many times. On the flip side of that, what have been your biggest struggles in life, both in freestyle, maybe personally as well? What have you struggled with so that, the idea right here is to show people that, of course, you have amazing accomplishments, but on the other side of that, it takes a lot of work and struggle to get there. So I'm curious to know more about your story so that, people can hear about that.
So this is life. There are ups and downs, of course. Mm, for me, the worst year for me was 2019.
Really?
uh,
Actually, yeah.
yeah. It was very bad year for me because I started the year with the surgery of hernia, of groin hernia.
What is? Oh, a hernia. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to freestyle, and after that, when I was supposed to be back, uh, my dad had an accident and he went to hospital with the hematoma brain injury. So he was lying in the hospital for 5 months. And I was visiting him like every day, sometimes 2 times a day, just to try to rehabilitate him and his body because he wasn't able to do anything. And the same time, I broke up with my girlfriend that I was planning the wedding with the same day, the same year, a few months later. So it was all these things at the same time. And in the second day of summer, my dad passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
So I didn't want to freestyle anymore. I was like, I stopped totally. I stopped freestyle. It was the worst period in my life, and I just changed my mind. I accepted those facts in the early 2020, and I changed my mind, and I started to freestyle again. The whole 2019 was very very hard year.
Wow, yeah, I remember when I first met you at the Hague Freestyle League, you had told me a little bit about that. Obviously not in depth, but what and of course I'm sorry to hear about your father and unfortunately breaking up with your girlfriend. So, wow, so what was it that like made you come back? Like, was it just you thought to yourself, like you kind of had to just force yourself to get back to training? Or maybe there was some like inspiration? Like, what made you come back?
I always used to be a very positive guy, and I just thought, okay, it happened. You can't. It will not. It will not happen anymore. It's over. You have to accept those things. If you be drinking a lot of beers and trying to forget, you will never repair it. You have to live. You have to move your ass. You have to do it. If you want to be the best freestyler, you have to do it. Your dad would like if he was live, he would like to see you winning the competition again. So you have to move your ass. You have to do it. So I also started to read some psychological books about the unconscious mind, subconscious mind, and such a stuff. So I just decided to change my mind a bit and to come back to real life, to trainings, and to start think positive again.
Mm.
And when I came back to freestyle trainings, it also gave me a lot of fun and a lot of pure joy and happiness. So I accepted all those bad facts, and I'm here again, and I live my life the best that I can.
Yeah. Wow. So it's like there was kind of a moment where you just woke up and you told yourself, you know, if you don't do anything, it's like nothing's gonna get better. Everything happened in the past and you can't change that. So
Yeah.
it's going back to that mindset of, this is where you are and it's like where do you want to go? You have to look forward. You can't look back. So wow, that
That's it.
I'm gonna like clip this and put this on Instagram, bro. Like if it's okay with you, because
Yeah, yeah, sure it is. It is. I will share.
what you just said is really like really deep and I really appreciated that, bro. So yeah, so obviously you've come back and 2020 now you're back in, competing in freestyle. I know one of the biggest things that like we've talked about a little bit as well is, this mindset that you have. Like you're 30 now, correct? You just turned 30?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I know there's this big mindset, especially in freestyle, of like 25 is old, which is no, it's not. But I want to talk to you relating to what you just said. What's your mindset now that you're going forward? Because I'm sure there are a lot of people that are telling you, oh, you're getting older and, maybe you should stop doing this. You shouldn't try to compete at the high level. Like, what do you do? Because I know there's a lot of people watching this right now who are going through, they probably have many people in their lives who are telling them negativity, like you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. What do you do in order to just block that out and just stay focused and keep going?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So of course, when I wake up, I think only about the positive things, about the success, about my goals. So I try to think in the category like, okay, man, if you will not do it today, nobody else will do it for you. You have to do it. You have to complete all the things to be happy, to feel the happiness, to achieve your goals in the future. Because if you are not doing this now, you will not do it for tomorrow. You will not do it in 2 days. You will never do it. You have to do it now. So every day when I
Mm.
wake up, I try to I try to write down my goals for the day, and I try to complete them. When I don't complete them, I feel like, okay, you are not the guy that you always wanted that you want to be. So you have to improve that. You have to be disciplined. You have to work on it. So every day I try to work on myself. Every day, every day, and you have to think about the success, about the really good things that you want to achieve in your life. If you think about bad things, the bad things will happen in your life. When you think only about the success, you are going to the success, right?
Yeah, so it's like creating that picture in your head of what you want, and it's
Yeah,
like,
of course. The bright vision.
yeah, well,
It's very helpful.
mm.
I was in the moment that I was on the life was very bad. I felt like I will never come back to my real level in freestyle, and maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I will quit freestyling, but I changed my mind and I try to stay positive all the time, and it helps me a lot.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, so so much thought, bro. I really appreciate this because you're going so deep. And it's like,
Yes, because you have to think about it when you want to make your when you make when you want to make your living with freestyle. You have to do it because if you will not do it, nobody else will do it for you, and you will never achieve it. You will never make this life.
yeah, that's interesting. That's like that self motivation thing. I think this is one of the biggest things that they don't teach in school, particularly because in school it's always like, okay, you have this exam and the teacher is telling you study, and now you have this homework and the teacher tells you do the homework. But when you leave school and you go into the real world, I mean, I don't have as much life experience as you do, so you know more. But one of the things that hit me was like, crap, like, man, no one's gonna tell me, like, to sort of, just get off my ass and get going sometimes. Like, you just have to tell yourself that, or else you can just spend days, weeks, months just not doing anything. And the time goes by and you're like, man, I didn't get closer to my goals. So I think it's really important how you broke down, like, every day you have to, of course, keep the positive mindset of, remind yourself of the success, but make sure you get those things done every day. And it's those little bits of hard work that add up over time. So I
Yeah,
really,
that's it. And also, I think we have to be grateful uh, because we have everything. You have your home. You have friends.
yeah.
You have freestyle. You have passion. You have your legs. You have talent. You have eyes. You can eat. You can hear. You are all good, man. So we have to be grateful that we are okay and that we live on this planet. And we are very lucky to have so many opportunities because of freestyle. So I think we have to be really grateful for that. Because if not freestyle, I couldn't speak to you. I couldn't even speak English. I would be, I don't know, I would be a different person. So every day I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's an important message of positivity that I think a lot of people need right now with what's going on in the world in general. It's very easy to take a very negative mindset and say like, oh, coronavirus, lockdown, all this stuff is happening. I can't see my friends. I can't go outside. But it's like you're bringing it back to that approach of like, yeah, sure, there's so many things that are wrong, but there's so much more that is positive in your life. And it's like just shifting that mentality. So I think it's easy to like say that there are a lot of positive things, but what can someone do like someone who's watching this, maybe they're thinking very negatively right now and they want to think positively, but they can't. Like, do you have any recommendations of like what they could do in order to help themselves think more positively?
I think you have to talk to yourself in your mind that it's everything is alright, and the most simple things are the biggest things in our life. So we have to appreciate it. We have to just keep going and talking to ourselves that everything will be good. Everything will be good all the time. So after some time, you will make an habit to stay positive. You know, if you repeat something every day, all the time, all the time, all the time, you'll make an habit. And after that, you can feel positive every day, every time, and you can change your mind. I think it is very important to achieve the success in our lives.
Wow. Yeah, that's
I feel really successful because I can do freestyle. I am healthy. I am an athlete. I have opportunity to travel around the world, and I don't have to be a millionaire or billionaire. I am just a lucky guy, and I appreciate it every day.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to jump in here real quick because I know, especially right now, we all know someone who is going through a hard time, who's feeling very defeated. Please, please, please make sure to share this video with them because it would give them a lot of love, a lot of courage, and I'm sure it would mean the world to them. All right, now back to the video. Wow. Man, that's big. It's like, of course, it's the old saying of, you know, you create your habits and then your habits create you. So that's a very powerful thing. But also, when I was doing the interview with Nick, I'm not sure if you watched that one, maybe you haven't seen it, but he was talking about how he ran a full marathon with no training. And yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, and he was talking about the same thing you were talking about, which is talking to yourself and the power of the spoken word and reaffirming in your mind what you're capable of. So he would get to a point where like he couldn't even run anymore. And he used three sayings. Quick quiz. I'm going to see if I remember this. I feel great, can't hurt me, and what was the third one? I don't know what the third one was. But he would keep saying that over and over again in his mind. And the power of him saying that, it's like his mental capacity, his mental power, sort of gave his body even greater power. So that what you were.
It works like that. It works like that, really.
Yeah.
Dream something you can achieve it. You can do it because everything was done for the first time in your mind. Everything. Like imagine like a million years ago, you would say to the guy, okay, I will see my friend from USA and we will see each other and talk at the same time. Nobody would believe you, man. But somebody created this in his mind and it was totally impossible to achieve. Totally. And it's done for now. So I believe that you can achieve anything if you just dream it and if you create it in your mind and if you keep thinking about this thing every day, every time. So you can do it.
Bro, of course. I love it because there's so many people that like they don't realize how important your mind is. Like your mind can make you sick and your mind can make you the happiest person, the most successful person, like a millionaire. Like you it all starts in your mind. And that's a big reason I started this podcast because I want to get influential people like you so that I can understand and the viewers of course can understand more about your mindset so that you know they can take that action and achieve their goals. So man, I love it, bro. I love it so much. I can't wait to like I already have like 3 clips that I'm gonna put on Instagram as like pure motivation, pure tactics for success.
Very
Um,
happy to hear it, man. Very happy.
yeah, man, this is great. So let me just look through the list real quick, because I know. Um, is there anything we haven't talked about yet?
Mm, I think we talked about more topics than we had. I'm not sure.
True, true. So I guess just before we wrap up, I think it's been about 40 minutes so far. So yeah, I don't want to make the podcast like too long because then I don't know, people might get bored. But but I love this. So I guess what would be something that you would say to an aspiring athlete or someone who has this picture in their mind of some success that they're dreaming about? What is like the not to oversimplify it, but what is maybe one thing you would tell them, one piece of advice?
Hmm. For me, it is discipline. It is discipline. It is the most important because if you have a picture in your mind of yourself in the future, you have to be the person you want to be in the future. So you have to make the habits. If you want to be a sportsman, if you want to be athlete, you have to you have to behave like an athlete. You understand me? You have
Yeah.
to eat healthy. You can't party too much. You have to behave like a true athlete. You have to follow with your behavior to your dream. So it is the same, your dream and your behaviors. So it is correct. It's connecting. So you got my point, right?
Yeah.
So if you are disciplined, um, you can make it happen. You can achieve it.
That's yeah, it makes me think of I don't know who said this, but it's like when people ask you a question, you're trying to achieve your dream and people will say, "Oh, are you a millionaire?" Even if you're not a millionaire, you're just starting, but you tell them, "Yes, I am." And it's like you're not lying, you're telling a future truth. So it's like
Yes, yes,
what you're saying is like if you want to become that person, then you have to be that person now. Even if,
of course.
you don't have money, you have to become a millionaire, in your mindset. Or if you're you want to be a top level athlete, you first have to become an athlete in your mindset, in your body, in your words, and then you will you will influence the outside and become an athlete in real life. But it's like it all starts with changing yourself. I love that, bro.
Of course,
I
it
love that.
works. It works.
And yeah, so also just looking at the world situation in general, what is one recommendation you would give to people? Because it's a very difficult time now, so I'm sure there's a lot of aspiring athletes out there, aspiring businessmen, aspiring anything that are saying, yeah, man, I have this vision of success, but with the way the world is going right now, I don't feel the motivation. Like everything is so negative. I feel like I've lost power, that I can't do this anymore. What is something you would say to them maybe?
Just imagine, just imagine that you quit, that um, you quit. Yeah, your dream. The life is very short, so it is just a moment. You are lazy now, but it is just a moment. One day, 2 weeks, it is just a small moment in your whole life. It is just a moment. So you have to motivate yourself. You have to do it because no, it's like I said, it's just a moment. So I don't know how to explain you that. You have to move your ass. Nobody else will do it for you. Nobody else will do it for you. So you have to do it by yourself, man. You have to do it. Even if you are lazy, just imagine what you will have in the future if you will do it. And after that, you will get the reward. So just think about the reward, and then maybe you will motivate yourself to do it.
Yeah, guys, so it's tough times in the world right now, but if we can learn anything from Szymo is to keep the positive mindset every day, get up, have the success in your brain, and change yourself into that person that you want to be, both mentally and physically, and you will get to that destination that you want to go. So, bro.
Oh yeah, wait for my full revolution trip, because it's for this moment it is here.
Yo, I love it. Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have any other topics to talk about, we can talk about that, but I think like that's a perfect way to wrap up the podcast. I mean, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Um,
You don't have to say anything, but
I'm satisfied with that, with all topics we read.
yeah, for sure. I think it's been really inspirational hearing, how you went through a very difficult period in your life in 2019 and coming back and your mindset around that. So, yeah, guys, let us know in the comments what you think and what is one thing that after hearing Szymo's story you're going to do differently in your life in order to be able to achieve the goals that you want. So, Szymo, brother, thank you so much. Before you go, I'm sure, 80% of people that are watching this are freestylers, but for some people who don't know you, where can they find you? Maybe on your Instagram, if you have like a website.
Yeah, mainly work on my Instagram, Szymon Skalski,
Awesome.
and the same Facebook page.
Okay, cool.
Also YouTube, but on the YouTube I don't make crossbar challenges and such stuff. I make serious videos, like with the serious skills. I release one video per 1 year or maybe 2 years, and it's always serious. No jokes.
I mean, bro, one video from a world champion is worth like 500 videos from someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. So that's big. So I will link your Instagram, your Facebook, and your YouTube down below so that you guys who don't know Szymo can find him. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, brother. And congratulations, obviously, on everything you've done in freestyle, the success you've achieved, and just for your time. Thank you so much for giving us this value. It's been really amazing, brother.
Thank you so much, man. That was a pleasure to be in your series. It is amazing, and yeah, it's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, bro.
And I hope to see you in 2021.
Bro, thank you so much for your time. It's been super valuable. Thank you, everyone who has been watching. We sincerely hope that you've gotten a lot of value about this and you can take some of this value and change your mindset and keep chasing those goals that you really want. So, thank you so much, guys, and we will see you soon. Take care.
See you. Thanks a lot.